My name is Isabel Waidner. I'm the writer of Gaudy, Bauble, this book, published by a Manchester-based indie press Dostoevsky wannabe. A formidable microhorse sprang across a Formica tabletop. Ah, it's Tulip. Tulip sprang across grass-green Formica, grazing apparently. Besides, a white plastic laptop stood on the tabletop. Someone was maltreating its keyboard, trailblazing apparently. Trailblazer Bella Gotterbaum was wearing a checkered skirt, worse-for-wear trainers and tennis socks. She was wearing her soft cotton Pegasus print sweater. The Pegasus on Bella's sweater reared and raised her wings. Pink flashes and green graffiti on extra soft cotton manifested Pegasus energy. On the other hand, Tulip was posturing atop the Formica tabletop like a formidable female stallion. Quite like the Pegasus on Bella's sweater was a winged horse, Tulip was a butcheriger with atypical hoofs. Hey Peggy, Tulip hey. Raised pinions, Tulip was pawing Formica. Was this territorial posturing, a mutual piss-off, or a macho standoff? Hey pegface, Tulipa hey. But this was not a territorial standoff. This was not Highlander, the British fantasy action film. This was a get-together of disenfranchised things. This was a faggoty social, a working-class knees-up, a cocky conspiracy from hoofed winged thing to hoofed winged thing, from one hoofed winged thing to another. Peggy loved Tulip and Tulip loved Peggy. They were giving each other ideas and this was just the beginning. Bella Gotterbaum wrote awkward guard fiction potentially trailblazing. In a 10th floor council flat on Harper Street, central London, Bella's white plastic laptop stood atop the Formica tabletop. Unaware of the faggoty social taking place under her nose, Bella was working on the script for a new 8-part television series, working title Queer Bird. According to director-producer Tracy B. Lulip, filming was due to get underway ASAP, preferably yesterday. Bella had promised a tone and milieu setting, intrigue-inciting pilot by tomorrow afternoon. In terms of the writing process, Bella's pet bird and the tabletop's houndstooth pattern proved influential, rather than Peggy the Pegasus say. Confronting the bird houndstooth conundrum that faced her head-on, Bella invented a generic canary character. To Bella's mind, the canary was the optimal bird hound, or bird dog. Etymologically, canary derives from Latin canis, genitive canarius, which in turn relates to the English word canine. Bella typed the word canary. Good. Queerbird began like this, canary. Canaries as a species originate from the Canary Islands or Insula Canaria, literally island of dogs, so called because large dogs lived there. On the other hand, Tulip originated not from the island of dogs, but the Isle of Dogs in the East End of London. This, however, did not make Tulip a natural bird dog. There was an excess of filly in her. A filly is a female foal. Also, etymologically, the dog in the Isle of Dogs appears to be a corruption of a precedent duck, as in the Isle of Ducks, or dyke, as in the Isle of Super Dykes. Above filly, Tulip had dyke written all over her. Bella's second draft replaced the canary, the optimal bird dog, with of all things a butcheriger. Deleting canary, Bella typed hoofed butcheriger. What? Why? Tulip was not the optimal bird dog. But this was the Pegasus of Bella's sweater putting her foot down. This was Peggy the Pegasus throwing her weight behind Tulip. From hoofed winged thing to hoofed winged thing. From one hoofed winged thing to another. This was the recently formed HWT, in brackets hoofed winged things, alliance exerting its influence. This was the HWT alliance winging its way into the Queerbird script. Was this a camp coup, a butch putsch, an attack on generic things? Mobilizing knees-up resources, Peggy was as if electrified. Pink flashes surrounded her head, green graffiti. Peggy was so energetic. Peggy embodied HWT solidarity and a let's go mentality. The phrase on y va ran towards the hem of Bella's sweater in metallic lettering. Peggy was the bye-bye saying, never to be seen again type of migrant Pegasus. This was Peggy, the let's get the hell out of here Pegasus. This was Auf Nimmerwiedersehen Peggy. Peggy was raring to go and she was taking no prisoners. On her way out, Peggy walked all over the queerbird canary. Peggy walked all over the generic canary, paving the way for her hoofed winged kin, Tulip. This was bad news for the queerbird script, bad news all round. After a promising start, queerbird was real-time derailing. Bye-bye, generic canary, bye-bye, optimal bird dog. Bella Gotterbam's second draft read like this. Hoofed Butcheriger of the Isle of Dogs. Hoofed Butcheriger off to Canary Wharf. Question mark goes to the dogs. When Bella looked up from her laptop, Tulip was gone. Tulip, Tulip. The window stood slightly ajar. Bird corrupted by flighty Pegasus. Hoofed Butcheriger off to the Isle of Dogs. Off to the Isle of Super Dykes, an imagined stronghold. An imagined Fire Island in the East End of London. An insular Old Compton Street or Hebden Bridge by the Thames. Aborting Queerbird, Bella Gotterbam went after Tulip. This was not quite a camp coup or a butch putsch, but it was a beginning.